Hey, that's Hisham, and today we're going to talk about enlightenment, awakening. Keep listening, and I'm going to say exactly what enlightenment is, what awakening is, so that you can practice meditation, you can practice the methods, and keep on practicing it so that you can understand and you can actually feel enlightenment and get awakened. So, the explanation of enlightenment to begin with. So when you sleep, you are asleep because you are in a dream or you dream something and you just wake up. Now when you wake up, you're still asleep, which means that you're walking but you're thinking about your mom. You're walking but you're thinking about your dad, or you're thinking about your work scenario, or you're thinking about something else, or you're thinking about family trouble, or you're thinking about your friends, or you're thinking about your restaurant to go and eat, or you're thinking about something else which is not in the moment. So you're asleep while you're sleeping, and you're asleep while you're awake. Your eyes are open, your ears are open, you're walking, you're talking, but you're thinking about something else, which means that you're asleep even while your eyes are open, even while you're speaking to someone, even while you're walking, even while you're driving, you're asleep. So you need to understand what awakening means. So awakening means getting awakened to the present situation, to be in the present, to be in the now. So so to be in the now, the best, there are different techniques. The technique I use is your ears. Now, once you're able to hear everything around you that surrounds you, you're able to hear the sound, what's going on all around, which means that you are in the present moment. You are in the here, you are in the now. Now, this takes a lot of practice because probably you have been in an action, or you are practicing unknowingly or knowingly to fall asleep while your eyes are open, which means that you have been practicing years and years to think about something else, to walk and think about your mom, your dad, or the job that you want to have. You've been practicing it for years. Now, to practice to be in the present moment, to be in the here and now, is going to take a while, and it's going to take lots and lots of practice to be aware of the environment that you're in, to be in the present moment. So the first step of getting awake is to focus on your ears and hear what's around you. That's the first step of awakening, which means that awakening is a deep diving thing, that it's like an ocean where you deep dive into. And it's something similar to swimming or some other skill, where some people know to deep dive into swimming, and some people know to do a little bit of swimming. Some people know to stand in the water and feel the water. Now, enlightenment is similar. Now, focusing on your ears and being aware of the environment is just like standing in the water. You're not yet swimming. So, awakening is kind of similar to swimming. You need to understand that you need to deep dive into the present moment. Now, as you practice more and more, focusing on your ears and what you can hear around, which means that you just started to put your feet into the water. You just started to sense the water, which means that you just started to sense the awakening. You just started it. You just started to touch it. Now, as you go deep and deep into the present moment, the next thing that you can do is focus on your breath. Now, what happens is when you practice more and more, what happens is as you practice more and more focusing on your ears, it's just like swimming or driving a car. Now, the first time when you drive the car, you're very conscious, you are very keen and holding the steering, and you are concerned about you know the gear, and you're concerned about the mirrors, you're concerned about everything, the the rear view, everything, you know. But as you practice more and more, you don't focus on all of those things. So your subconscious mind will be playing into act, and then you don't focus on the things, and actually you start to speak on the phone and you track. You don't focus on the mirrors, you don't focus, you're not keen as you were in the beginning. The similar thing happens when you jump into enlightenment. What happens is as you focus on your ears, and the thing is, as you practice more and more, it becomes subconscious, which means that you'll be able to focus on the surroundings without even trying hard. Initially you need to practice it more and more, more and more, maybe years and years, years and years. And what happens is there will be a time where you just think that, okay, I need to focus on the present moment. You can easily do it because you've been practicing it a lot, and the subconscious mind of yours take into action, and then you can just focus on the surroundings, come into the present, in a very easy way. You don't have to fight with your thoughts. You don't have to do any of those things because you've been practicing it to be in the present moment. Now, once you practice that, the next thing you practice is focusing on your breath. Now, once you do that more and more, you can go inside. Now, you need to understand that the air is the only single thing which can pierce inside your body. The whole body, it can go and touch each part inside your body. And as you breathe in, you can feel the breath and you can sense it, and you can go with it. As you practice more and more, you can deep dive and go inside yourself. And that's where the magic begins. And then when you focus on different parts of the energy points within you, then you'll start to experience something extraordinary. Sleep is like sleeping. When you're asleep, when your eyes are open and when you're asleep, you're blind. You don't know what's going on in the present moment. You cannot see a lot of things which a awakened person sees it. The reason I say is this because I'm practicing it every day, and the thing is, the awesomeness I experience, it's unexplainable. It cannot be explained, and I don't know every person is experiencing the same thing. It just feels so awesome. You feel happy, and you're not distracted with the past or future. You are in the present moment, and you start to enjoy yourself. And no matter what the situation is, you're going to be immensely happy being in the present moment. So that's why being in the present moment and getting awakened and getting enlightened is so, so important. And the thing is, it's not going to happen all of a sudden. You're going to taste a little bit, and then you're going to understand the importance of it, and you're going to deep dive into it. It's like learning something. It's like learning swimming or skiing. You need to practice it. And as you practice it more and more, you're going to enjoy the fruit of that practice. And once you get awakened, it's awesomeness. So I had few experiences of the deep awakening. So awakening, I don't know, like awakening is an ocean. Like you can get awakened deep and deep and deep. That's what I think. And the thing is, the awesomeness never stops as you awaken more and more. And the thing is, I had different kinds of awakening, focusing on the third eye, um, just focusing on sometimes I had a great feeling just focusing on the ears and just being in the present moment and being in the surroundings. And I had great experience as I go in, touching different parts of my body, especially my head part when I can travel through the air and sense all of my uh, neurons and this part of my body is just awesomeness. It's just like, you know, I cannot even explain what it is, but it's just amazing. It's just so amazing, and it's just unexplainable. So, in order for you to experience that, you need to get awakened. You need to be in the present moment. You need to travel within yourself. Now, when I explain this to some people, they think it's just craziness. A person who's asleep cannot understand it. But I'm logically saying it so that you can understand it. When you are asleep, you're asleep. Even when you're awake, you're asleep because you're thinking about other things. You're walking and you're thinking about something else. You're thinking about your dad, you're thinking about mom. So you're asleep while you're walking. The way you can get awakened is focus on your ears. The people who can focus on the ears, who can hear. I mean, some people cannot hear. Maybe they need to use a different technique. Maybe they need to feel the air or feel the, the energy, or use some of the senses so that they can be in the present moment. And they can use their breathing techniques to go inside themselves. you know and one of the experiences I had is like getting awakened will be like putting a zoom lens inside your eye. That means when you see the things around you, you're going to be so conscious that you feel like everything is so brightened up, everything is so alive. You feel like you're in a paradise. That's one of the other experiences I had. And it was there for a few seconds, and then it went away because I had to go to work. This happened while I was going to work. I was focusing on the surroundings, and I was focusing so intensely that suddenly got awakened for a few seconds, and then I had to think about my work, and then it just went away. So what the process of awakening uh, is going to happen gradually, but you need to practice it. You need to practice it on an everyday basis. So focus on your ears and be in the present moment and get awakened slowly. Awakening doesn't happen all of a sudden. For some people, it happens because, I don't know, for some people, it just happens. Maybe they are so depressed, or maybe they are in a shock. Suddenly something triggers and they get awakened. People awaken in different way. Some people, practice a lot of breathing. They practice a lot of meditation and they get awakened. I'm using meditation to get awakened, but you need to understand, you can sense a little bit of awakening by just focusing on ears and hearing the sound around you. But that's just like touching the water. Like, when you are trying to learn swimming, that's like just touching the water. When you learn swimming, that you'll be like, wow. The awakening is similar to that. When you go little by little, you'll be like, wow, wow, wow. It's because you getting awake. You are asleep in the past or future. Now you're getting awake. And when you're getting awake, it feels so awesome, feels so amazing. And you feel a lot happier with it. There's a lot of joy within you. And the thing is, as you get awake, you'll start to listen to yourself, and also you'll stop listening to other people who you know, you'll develop some kind of intelligence from this universe surrounded by you, and you will understand more about yourself, and you'll understand more about energies, and you will start more about understanding other people, what they're talking about. You know, nobody can fool you as you get more into this enlightenment process, you know. So, one of my main thing is like to get awakened, to get enlightened, and also, you know, tell you guys, pass the information to you guys so that you understand, awakening is also a practice, and it's everybody can achieve it. It's not that only, Buddha or Mahavira can achieve it. We all can achieve it. And enlightenment and awakening is within us. If we want to get awakened, we can. But it's just that you need to know how to get awakened. So the way to get awakened is focus, just simple technique. Focus on your ears, hear what's around you, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the starting, you know. And once you deep dive into your surroundings, you can just focus on your breathing, and then just focus on your breathing. Don't do much, And you can do this technique anytime. You don't have to sit and meditate and do all those put those effort. Whenever you are by yourself, you can just focus on your ears and hear the surroundings, come to the present moment, and taste a little bit of awakening. Get awake. It's pretty important to get awake. Hopefully I'm able to explain what awakening is, what the journey of enlightenment is, and I'm in this process, and I want you to try this like anything. And this is very, very important uh, thing in your life, as anything. So, you know practice getting awakened, practice getting enlightened. uh, Thank you, and peace.